everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and Merry Christmas in advance. It's literally just about a week till Christmas. I'm really excited. I'm still at my university accommodation, so hopefully I'll be home next week for Christmas. So yeah, let's get to today's video. In today's video I'll be sharing with you how I got into pharmacy school. I made a poll on my Instagram page and a lot of you said you would like to know how I got into pharmacy school, because I did not get in through the normal traditional route that majority actually go in through. So I went through another route and I would like to share it out with people. And I've also got a lot of DMs from people like, oh, what can I do? I did not make the grades. What do I need to do to get into pharmacy school? How can I do this? Will I have to take a gap year? Would I have to miss a year? And things like that. I've got you all covered today. I'll be answering all of your questions today through this video. If you are new here, my name is Esther. I'm a fourth year pharmacy student studying at University of East Anglia, and yeah, I'll be sharing my process and how I got in with you today. So if you are new, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and share with your friends as well. So without further ado guys, let's get straight into the video. So guys, I'm just going to give you a quick background of how I got into pharmacy school. So first of all, I did not get in through the normal traditional route of using A levels to get into pharmacy school, because I didn't do A levels, and what I did instead was a BTech extended diploma in health and social care. I did level 3 for that, and while I was trying to apply to university, I was literally like left in the middle of an ocean to kind of think about what I wanted to do, because most people that do this BTech college degree and college diploma, majority of them go into nursing, midwifery, something along that lines. But I just decided to be like, okay, I'm going to be the unique person in the middle of all those people, and I don't want to go to nursing school. I wanted to try something else. Can I use this qualification to get into university to do something other than nursing or midwifery? I'm not saying nursing and midwifery is bad, but we all have our different passions, and I just wanted to challenge myself more to try something else outside nursing and midwifery. So I asked one of my teachers, like, what can I do? And even my teachers as well were quite limited with resources to what I can use the diploma for outside nursing and midwifery. So I decided to start my research, where go on Google, search for universities, see which universities I can use to apply to either medicine or pharmacy with my BTech, and what does my BTech actually hold, like what does that qualification, what is the weight for that qualification that I had. So well, I applied, I found out that I could actually apply to medicine or pharmacy with it, but all I'm going to do, the only difference is that I will not be starting directly into first year of the main degree. I will have to go through the foundation year. So there are so many universities that actually accept it for you to get into the foundation year. You just have to do a lot of research for you to actually know what you're doing, and you need to apply strategically. So I sat my UCAT, it didn't go well at all. It was really a mess. I was like, okay, no problem, but I still applied to medicine thinking, well, miracles happen and things like that. Miracle does happen, by the way. But I didn't get in. I got rejected from, I applied to 4 universities. I got rejected from 3 of them, and my last university where I applied for medicine was University of East Anglia. So what they did was they rejected me for medicine, but they gave me other options, and I was like, okay. And some of the options were to do either biomedical science, paramedic science, pharmacy was even on the list, chemistry, nursing, midwifery, something like that. So I was like, okay, I'm not interested in this list. I'm going to give them a call to kind of find out what other options is out there aside from the list that they've sent to me. So I gave them a call and they told me, I then asked her, what about pharmacy? Can I do pharmacy? And they were like, actually yes, you can. Or you can get in through pharmacy foundation year instead of the main degree, because I never did chemistry. Like I said, I did not do A levels, so I didn't have chemistry to get into the main degree. So I was like, okay, that's a good shout. What do I need to do? So they asked me to kind of work on my personal statement again, because my personal statement was kind of narrowed towards studying medicine. So I kind of had to change it around to kind of make it work for me studying pharmacy. And also because even though medicine is still my passion, it's still something I'm still chasing to go and do, I chose pharmacy because I felt like it will give me a good ground of experience, because it's kind of more almost related to medicine. It's just that I don't do the diagnosis of the disease. I'm literally expert in the medicines. So that was a good background for me to have, even if I wanted to chase medicine in the future. So I chose pharmacy. And then long story short, sent in my personal statement, and I think I was going to bed at 1 a.m. on a Friday night, and then I got an email that you've been offered an interview and you should come in for an interview to get to know you better, blah blah blah. I was really excited. Imagine I was about to go to bed. Just imagine how fast the sleep went through the window. I was super excited. I couldn't sleep that night. I was so happy. I couldn't wait to tell my dad about it. Like, Dad, I made it, and things like that. Well, came in for the interview. The interview was actually the most chillest interview I've ever seen. Like, I was so nervous for the interview, but UVA kind of do this thing where you are so nervous when you come in, but before you know it, you are actually calmed and the interview will go so well. You are not worried about anything, because they always start with doing the school tours. You have the vice chancellor talk, you have the head of school talk, and then we also have lunch. They actually provide lunch. You will provide lunch during the interview, just to get people to talk to each other and just relieve the nerves you have in you before we then go for the before we went for the team interview, where you work together as a team on a topic or something, and then they assess you on how well you can work as a team, and then you go in and have your one-to-one interview, which is basically so easy. Why pharmacy, blah blah blah, why UVA, something like that. So it is along that lines, and that before I know it, I went home on that week, and I think my interview was on Saturday, and then by Monday morning I got an email from UCAS that you have been offered a position to study pharmacy with foundation year at University of East Anglia. I was the most happiest person on planet, and to think about being the only student, one of the first students at my college that actually used a BTech to do something else aside from nursing and midwifery. Trust my college to be so excited that actually we are training good students, and our students are making it and breaking boundaries out there. They're just crashing all those doors, going through it. All my teachers were so excited for me. They were so happy, and yeah, so that's the whole story about how I got into pharmacy. So guys, I'm just going to break it into little sections for you, so you can actually see how you could try to get in if you don't meet the grades and everything after your A-levels and things like that. Don't let that get to you. Don't let that just put you off, and just let that just tell you that that's it, you can't try any other thing. There are other ways you can do, and there are other things you can do. So in terms of grades, according to UVA, sorry, I'll be looking at my screen at the same time. UVA's entry requirements to get into their MPharm degree is ABB, so it's not actually that high of a grade. And for my BTech, I had D star, D star, D, so distinction star, distinction star, distinction, and that was actually, to be said, relatively equivalent to A levels and things like that. So that was good grade, but the difference is that I did not have chemistry. So one of these ABB, I think one of them would have to be a B in chemistry, so I didn't have that. So that was why I went into the foundation year. So if you don't have that grade, don't let that put you off. It's just a grade, it does not define you. You have two options. It's either you take a gap year and sit the chemistry exam again so you can get the grades you need, or if you are not from a family that takes a gap year, from like mine, you can just go through a foundation year and just start the degree. It's just going to be an extra 1 year, so you're, instead of doing a 4-year MPharm degree, you end up doing a 5 years, because you're doing a foundation year with the 4-year degree. And before you know it, it goes so quick. I had a lot of people that questioned that, oh, I don't want to do foundation year, I'll be spending too long at the university. think about it, you are mostly 18-year-old, majority of you, by the time you start. So 5 years from then is actually not a lot of time. Before you know it, in a peak of second, literally goes so quick. We would say I started university at 2016, and this is me like a lot of years in. I have just few months left to call this degree and just say I am done with it, with great success and everything. So don't let that grade get to you. If you don't get the grade, there are other things you could do. You can speak to your career advisor at your school, which is very, very important. I think every school has a career advisor that can help you to help with your application, help you with your grades, and tell you what other things you can do to get that grades that you need. And if you don't have it, don't worry, it's fine. You can always find another route. So in terms of the application process, in the UK, we apply through a system called the UCAS. I'll put what it stands for on the screen somewhere for you to see. I really can't remember what it stands for. And what you do is that around September-October period, the UCAS website opens for students to apply for the new academic year starting September of next year, for example. And then what you then do is that you fill in your details, your personal details and everything, and then you pick your schools that you would love to attend. At this point, I recommend that the list of before you apply for your through UCAS, one of the things that you need to do for yourself is to make a list of the universities you would love to attend, universities that you would really love to attend. While you're making the list, try your best as much as possible to attend open days. You don't really have to attend all of it, but I would say attending open days kind of confirm if you actually like the university or not, because you actually see the university in full picture. If they are very bad, you see them, you will see it there. If they are good universities, you see that they can't pretend that they are good when they are not good. You definitely see it at the open day, because you have the opportunity to speak to fellow students that have been there before, and you kind of get an insight about studying at that university, what it's like, what kind of support you can get. Is it very interesting? Is it very diverse? If you're someone BAME as like me, so those things are very, very important as well. Once you make your list, you can make so many lists of universities, because there's so many universities in the UK to attend. If you're someone that loves to leave home, if you haven't left home before and you are quite excited about leaving home, try out universities outside of where you live. And if you decide that you want to stay next to your family, there are universities next local to where you live as well. So with that being said, you because even though you've made a long list of universities, you're only allowed to pick 5 choices max. So just make sure that the 5 choices are somewhere that you really want to go. No matter what happens, no matter where you find yourself, you will be happy to study there. Your happiness matters. Then after you've done all that, you then pick your course as well. You choose your course, you choose what you want to defer it to the year after, just to take a chill out, take a break from studying before you start university after your A-levels or college. That's good. That's your option. Whatever choice you want, you can do. So you can see that there are many other choices that can help you to get into the university of your choice without any hassle or pressure. So once you do that, I'm sure by the time you're preparing yourself before you do your application, you already start making up your personal statements. I'm sure you would have done like 5-10 drafts by now, and it's just, yeah, people have so many drafts. I had so many drafts. I had so many people looking at my personal statement, because I've written it but I'm not sure if it was good enough. So which is where you also make use of your career advisor at your school. They always know what is a good personal statement, what is not, and they will always help you to kind of tweak it a little bit and make it look perfect for your university admission. Once that is all done, I think for pharmacy the deadline is January 15, not typical like medicines where the deadline is October 15. So you have a longer time to actually fill in your application, look at it properly and finalize it by January 15. Sometimes any application that comes in later than January 15 is sometimes rejected, but not majority of it, because people end up actually getting into pharmacy degree through clearing, because some schools go through clearing. So don't let that get to you as well for submitting later or something getting in the way and not being able to submit on time. So once that is done, they start rolling out interviews. Start saying we have interviews on these days. You pick your interview, attend your interview, all that good stuff, and then you get your offer. If some of you don't make it during your offer, please do not let that get to you. It's also a learning process, it's a learning curve. You can decide to take a gap year like I said previously, or just don't worry. Some investors will go on clearing, and when the clearing season starts, just pick up your phone. You know you're spending a whole day on your phone. Start calling all those investors to ask them if they have a space, and they will tell you yes, we have a space. Even sometimes they just do a quick telephone interview with you. You don't really have to be there in person, and they offer you a place, because they also have to fill up the number of spaces for the government to be able to support them financially as well. So that's it really. So you don't really have to have A levels to get into pharmacy school. If you don't have A levels, you have other alternative degrees like BTech. Yes, you can get in through the foundation year, and some BTech in like applied sciences actually gets into pharmacy degree directly, because I think in that they do some chemistry modules as well with that. So that could get you in directly, so you don't really have to do foundation here if you don't want to, if you did BTech in applied science. Everything I've just said is just my own experience, how I got into the university, and just to motivate someone out there that grades does not define you. What you got does not define you. You are your special being, you're a special individual. Just be yourself. If plan A doesn't work, please have plan B, C, D, E, F up to Z. If plan A doesn't work, another plan would work. And do not limit yourself to what you can do and say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, because I didn't limit myself. I literally was trying to draw something out of my limitation, because trying to do pharmacy with a BTech national extended diploma in BTech in health and social care for like a science related degree like that, or even applying for medicine, was too far-fetched. But I didn't let that limitation get to me. I decided to go for it, go for that challenge, and here I am today, almost a master's holder for pharmacy. Yeah, and I'll be starting my period soon. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this has motivated someone out there. I hope someone is actually like feeling positive about what I've just said, and felt like actually it's not the end of the world. I can actually try other things. It all boils down to research. Do not stick to whatever anyone tells you. If I stuck to whatever my classmates were telling me, sometimes even my teachers were telling me, I would not be where I am today. I decided to take the bull by the horn, go on my computer and do a lot of research, make notes on my research, and I went for it and I made it. Hopefully I'll make it by the end and finish this degree by God's grace. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends. And let me know in the comments down below, how did you get into your degree that you're currently studying, if you are currently at university, and if you are not at university yet and you're about to apply, how are you planning to get in, what route are you planning to go in through. And if you also have any other questions for me, put them in the comment section. I'm always there. I'll be replying every comment. So see you guys, and have a happy Christmas. Bye bye.